Hello, everybody. So, I got suggested by a couple of people to attempt this. Bear in mind, I am not a figure reviewer, and I don't have a script. So, if I ramble on a little bit, please bear with me. I just wanted to show some of the changes made to this figure. It is the Godzilla 2019 King of the Monsters. Godzilla changed to look as his 2021 counterpart in Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, as you can see, the most noticeable thing is his paint job. It is made to look like the intimidation display, as they call it. It is reflective, catches the light pretty nice. It is in all of the places it should be, like the gills and the legs, um, inside the mouth. I mean, I don't have an effect beam, but well, you know. Second, it would be obviously the hands. Now, these hands were modified both with heat and super glue, crazy glue, I believe it's called. Um, what I do is I reshape the plastic with heat, and when it's on the hold on desired position, there it is. I'm focusing. Uh, you add crazy glue and you rub it off with your fingers. That way, it's gonna stay in position regardless of temperature, regardless of movement, of manipulation, and well, it's gonna keep its shape. Another change is the repositioning of the dorsal plates. Now, this is something that some people have asked me about on my page. Um, I moved this row of spines to the lower half of the abdomen instead of the top one, and this fin in particular, I removed it from the neck and placed it on the back. Why? Because when it was on the neck, it kept rubbing on this one. Like it kept moving it back and forth. And that was just risk of plastic strain and eventual white lining and eventual breakage. So this one's well, it retains its articulation. You know, you can still move the neck, you can still rotate it, you can still rotate the abdomen. It's a little bit stiff. I have got to heat that up because it's stiff as hell. But you cannot go 360 with this. I mean, but why would you do that? But you know, you can go left and right and up and down if it were a little bit more uh, less stiff. I also extended the back of the head uh, with the plastic fusing I posted on my page, so it looks a little bit natural when he's looking up. Um, Another thing that some people have asked me is about the knees, because on the original figure they only bend so far to here. This is this one is like the simplest change. It's just cutting off a little bit from the back of the leg, and there. Nobody's gonna notice. And considering Godzilla has his legs bent most of the time, it's not even it's not even a problem. They still rotate. Uh, the articulation is actually the same. I mean, if you know this figure, you know what I'm talking about. Um, what other? Oh well, the paint job was like a full repainting. Uh, I made an ochre, orangey vase all over the body, and dry brushing in charcoal gray. It took a while, but I prefer it. So the under colors show off, uh, especially the change in tones. I used more yellows and oranges on the arms and legs, and orange and darker tones, and rusty red on the chest and the neck. I'm trying to see if this thing is even focusing, or if I'm just showing a black mass. There it is. And the main change that started with it all was the fangs, because the Godzilla figures are known to have teeth missing. Now, this tutorial is in my page. You grab a strip of plastic from the back of the figure or the back of the legs, and you glue it where there are teeth missing, particularly this 3 little set of teeth. I based its fangs on the X Plus model. Why the X Plus? Because it is the most accessible one. Well, bar the CGI model, but I didn't find good pics of the official CGI model. So, X Plus is mostly accurate. So I put 2 extra fangs in here and painted the ones that are sculpted. I modified the ones on the front so they are individual teeth. And because originally, again, it had 2 frontal teeth. And here I put the 2 teeny tiny fangs and a larger fang next to those. On the bottom, I did not add the extra fangs on the bottom because I realized that they are actually on the sculpt. Very, very, very faint, but they are actually on the sculpt, so there was no need to add any extra plastic in there. And something I'm actually kind of proud of is the eyes. If I can focus, there it is. I really like the golden looking eyes of Godzilla on these movies. Hold on. Let me see if I can dim the light a little bit. There it is. I really like Godzilla's golden eyes on the movie. So I did both eyes. And this one's not focusing. All right. Well, and move the tongue. This figure has a very weird tongue that is shooting out. So, you take that off. It's actually pegged on the head. And you glue it on the bottom jaw. Try to focus here. There it is. So, yeah. If you guys want to screenshot that to check out the teeth, feel absolutely free to do so. Now, other than that, the figure is like practically the same. I extended the articulation a little bit on the tail. I bent the tip of the tail just so it has a little bit more flair to it. But there's nothing else, just all those things. Now, a bunch of people have asked me if I am doing commissions or if I am taking repaint requests. The answer is no. And if you people don't like to be nagged about stuff, you can absolutely log off. But the thing is, and this has happened over and over and over again, I make a custom action figure and I set a price for it, and it's a price that is mostly equivalent to time and materials, because I use paints, I use paint seal, I use I bought brushes that were not cheap because they are meant to be for detailing. I buy crazy amounts of crazy glue because it's a lifesaver. Um, and I made my own techniques to add things to the figure. In this case, I added the teeth, but there are figures that one of them I'll show a little bit. I'll show in a little bit, but honestly, all that has cost me my work, and it has happened over and over that I set the price for the figure, and all of the people just say, "Hey, I'm gonna pay you one third of the figure. I can pay one fourth of asking price, and you'll include shipping. I will, I will promote you on my social media, and you give me the figure for free." And this is something that I've seen over and over again. People tend to go to non famous or non influencer customizers, not just me, but other people that are all over Instagram and Facebook that do fantastic works of customization. They can make Marvel figures look like they jumped out of the movies, they can make dinosaurs that look real. And because they are not famous and they don't have that name, they will try to abuse that and take advantage of it and just start modifying asking prices and offering ridiculous stuff like, "Hey, I'll refer you to all my friends, but can I get the figure but for free?" Or "Can I get the customization free and I'll pay for the figure?" Or stuff like that. And it's honestly very annoying. I know I shouldn't let it get to me, but COVID-19 really did a number with the commissions I had. I had three Godzilla modifying jobs. I had the Kiryu Goji and 98 Godzilla, I believe. Both were Neca. 89 was the one. And the guy who commissioned them just bailed. And I can understand the situation. So I told him, "Yeah, well, if you don't want them, I'll keep them around." And he said, "Well, sell them by your own account." And they were fairly hard to sell because I set a price for them, and since I bought the figures and I made the investment, I had the right to ask for a full price. So I put them online and I started getting like very, very cheap offers. Like there were people that were offering me $15 for them. And honestly, that's stupid. And I'm getting kind of annoyed with that attitude from people. And I know I am not anybody, and I am not somebody who can have like an entitled opinion, but I think I am at least entitled to know that what I do and the time that I invest in these things that collectors find appealing is worth something. And it's not like the first time it has happened. I've actually got an example here. Uh, that I've gotten stuck with figures that I didn't intend for me, but when I've already done the job or the customization work, the person who asked will just say, "Hey, but can you give it out for free, or can you make a discount because you've already done it, or can you whatever?" And it's not like I'm not open to discounts, but there's a difference between a discount and a absolute price reduction. For here's an example. This figure, Sam from Trick or Treat, I modified him to look chubby and made his head bigger, more accurate to the movie. All this was made with extra plastic. It's I don't like to work with epoxy clay. Um, So, the head was originally like this big, and I modified his mouth so it could open more and look a tad more natural. Um, I also was asked to make an alternate head. Oh, I modified the neck also, so the neck fits the pumpkin body, and I made an alternate head, and it actually just fits as it should. I mean, because if any of you have seen Trick or Treat, Sam has like a round head. This was made by carving a little piece of sponge, and yeah, you can have both heads. And I mean, this one was kind of a tough job, especially the head, to make it look as seamless as can be. And the guy who asked just told me, "Well, it looks nice, and could you give it out for free?" And honestly, I mean, come on. Um, so I got stuck with the little pumpkin child, and this is a figure I like, fortunately. But imagine this: I got stuck with a bunch of figures I didn't even want, and I got stuck with a bunch of figures I didn't even, you know, ask for. If I wanted to spend that money, I would spend it on things that I like. So no, I am not doing commissions anymore. And if y'all want a commission or to ask for a modification on the figure, make sure you are ready to pay and value the work of the person who is doing that job for you. Because it is not easy. It is a big time investment. This guy took me a while. And imagine, I mean, it seems like very little because it's a toy. But this guy took me a while. And all that time and all that money and all that material put into it, well, at least I would expect, well, proper payment for it. I want to show up something because the eye looks pretty nice on this light. But anyway, so whenever you want that, just make sure you're gonna value the work of the person that is gonna do the work for you, and have a nice time. Thank you very much if you stayed up throughout all the video, and thank you very much for listening to me ramble on. And I hope I hope you took something good out of this. And oh, another thing. Is this guy going to be up for sale? Yes, but only in Mexico. I'm sorry, people from the USA, because a couple of people have asked me for him. But shipping is ridiculous. And honestly, I don't think there is a shipping service I would trust to carry a figure without it getting lost. Not from Mexico. So, we'll see what happens. So, thank you for watching, and goodbye.